let's get all the formalities out the way. This is something I've been holding out on for quite a while, and I would say it's not because so many other people have done the same list as I'm going to do now, but that is part of the reason. The other reason was because I was originally going to do a sort of sequence of lists to do, but because this one had been requested so much, I felt that I needed to throw all originality out the window and just make it not about the topic of the list to do, but more about the content, as that is what can matter most at certain situations. So these songs right here, they kickstart most of these Sonic games. They close a lot of the Sonic games. They breathe exactly what the Sonic games want to inspire in all of us. No, but they want to sound epic, they want to sound optimistic, they want to tell you that you've got more inside of you than you think you have. So you gotta follow that rainbow, baby. Some of those songs have that line in their lyrics. So without further ado, let's see what makes these songs so special. Or just like any other rock song out there. Let's blast through with Sonic speed. Let's collect those rings. I want to shoot myself in the foot now.
Pimp Thing!
So we're going to start out with as much edge as possible with Shadow the Hedgehog's theme from Shadow the Hedgehog. I Am All of Me by Crush 40 with its complex title and its cutting edge. How about it just start off with saying that if it isn't for the game that tries too hard to be edgy, I can say that word as many times as I want, then I believe the song would have more merit on its own. It's like having one sensible person make a valid point and then having one friend next to him who keeps punching people in the face making the same point, therefore making the original person who's sensible look bad. It's not his fault, it's just the other guy's being a bit of a dick. So edgy, yes. Metal? Nah, there is another song in there by Powerman 5000, as well as me listening to bands like Gojira, so I can't exactly go that far off the radar. But yeah, borderline, hard rock, somewhere. You can't strictly categorize it. But it doesn't hold back, it does exactly what it needs to do, and that's really all you can ask for in a hard-hitting song like this.
Petwar Arteg!
Now we have the start of the heroic tunes in Sonic games. Seven Rings in Hand is one of those songs that doesn't really waste any time to get into the thick of it. It sounds epic, it's ambient, and it describes Sonic at the secret rings well, in terms of the story, not the gameplay. It is a bit weird with the vocal style being altered a bit in the verses, but I can let that go. I guess the only fault I have with this song is that the guitar riff is extremely repetitive. Like it takes up 80% of the song, and I feel like this is a song that could do with some progression in it. But despite that, it's on the list, not to grasp at straws, but because the foundation of the song has been built already.
Tree Arteg!
See, I remember going into Sonic Adventure 2 not knowing what to expect, except for 3D Sonic. And when I heard this tune, I believe I was probably bouncing up in my seat, I don't know. Because not only does it have a near-perfect punk riff with some brilliant vocals, the vocals themselves are quite catchy, the entire song has been one of the most memorable in Sonic history, and it's placed at the most convenient area in the entire game at the start. And through that, it serves as a Kickstarter. Although if I was rolling around at the speed of sound, I'd probably be on fire and I'd just be stopped, dropping and rolling. Either way though, you gotta follow that rainbow, because if you believe in leprechauns, then you can believe in anything.
Ding-ding!
And then we slightly cool it down with a bit of groove with Eggman. And this is probably one of the only times where saying Dr. Eggman sounds legit, which is better than sounding like a grouchy hipster. You know when you walk into a room on an egg walker and this song is playing whilst that is happening? You know that your entire character and personality is going to be amplified by 1,000%. 100 times more than The Rock's charisma. Baldy nose hair? No. Manly ginger beard. And I think it's the intro that serves the song well for me. Can you get better than that? Well, there is 11 more entries, so...
Here are they!
this as Shadow's true theme song, Throw It All Away. It showcases Shadow's badassery, his complex personality, which, is not non-existent in Sonic Adventure 2, it's more subtle. He likes to cloud it with being slightly cocky, because he possibly feels partly responsible for the death of Maria, although who exactly gave the order to shoot? Puts you into a bit of a trance, like a lot of Shadow's music in this game does, and it also gives off this insane Prodigy vibe, which I personally have grown to love. So possibly not as edgy as he is in Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, but in this title I can let it pass by.
Dig!
Insert generic 90s is better comment here. This was one of the very first official soundtracks to come out of a Sonic game, and it delivered on multiple scales. What I like about this song is that it likes to improvise. I like that the song has that whoa, building up suspense at the start. I also love how I prefer it to the Crush 40 version. Yeah, it's great, but I don't think it carries as much atmosphere as the original. And listening to the entire version, you get much more of a treat to what it can offer to you. It's a song that sinks into your every pore. Push it back out again.
No!
And here we have the song that carried us through this new era that Sonic had come to realize. Open Your Heart. It started it all off with this hard-hitting feel that a new adventure was about to begin. Something we hadn't seen before, something that had bad lip syncing, and something that kept you wanting more. The song had it all, kick-ass riff, just get ready to breathe it all in, and you'll be fine.
Oi!
Now we have a night that blows in your face. Night of the Wind carries a lot of sheer energy and fairy tale inhabiting, unless it's just a legend or it actually happened, all into one compilation that packs itself with some powerful vocals. It really wants you to get a sense of history, if it did happen, through living the tale, if it is a tale. And from what I remember, this game came out just after Sonic Unleashed, so it seemed like Crush 40 took a bit of a hiatus, and then coming back with this glory. So we can be thankful and pray for our supper, and hope that nothing else gets in our way of music listening. I also love how the song uses a lot of middle-aged metaphors to get its point across, and for that it just adds more feel to it in general.
Scythe!
So they finally outdid S Club 7. Brilliant. This is how to use synths and kick off with some nice speed metal that is really happy. Yep, I can just imagine Lemmy playing it in heaven. I think the drums immensely serve some justice here, as well as the carefree vocals that are in tune. Like, it's not like they cared so little that they forgot to tune themselves. Does it sound like auto-tune? Maybe. That's not important though. The song is good. They needed a song to represent a game about colors, and they did that because colors are vibrant, they're full of hue, they're well saturated, and I use them in Photoshop.
Quick!
I'm glad that Rammstein inspired this song. So this should be the final nail in the coffin to exaggerate all the songs that Shadow is a part of. I mean, I really like the industrial feel to it. The fact that they danced in fire trapped in this machine. In that, I say it's got really nice lyrics that really well metaphorically explains the situation they've been in. Like, you could apply this to any sort of situation and it would be relevant. But overall, it's just that mix they gave to it that gives this its own individuality compared to the other songs in the game.
Pimp!
bit of an aberrational one for me, because a lot of the times in this list have been full of the main themes or ending themes, but we've got a boss theme right here that has a lot to consist of. The wide load of effects that are used to amplify the song, the little guitar tracks that are in a slight background. But when I mentioned about positivity and all of that, Shadow's themes mixed with BioLizard theme is about going out of a place of darkness and more into the light, finding yourself and being true with yourself. The other songs are more about you already being in a place of light, but going further on. There's nothing wrong with that, it's just me stating the differences between each of those. I mean, this song could very well fit in the Metroid universe, but we're very happy that it's here to stay.
Hedgehog!
And here we have everybody's favorite, Live and Learn. Evidently not my overall favorite, but it's still high up there because it was pretty much that centerpiece on what makes a Sonic vocal track. Not that you can't experiment a little, and evidently they have through later years. But this was that song that you heard in the title screen, but didn't expect to hear when you face the final boss. Especially when you just start hearing the lyrics. Not dwelling on what happened yesterday, but learning from what happened yesterday. To let you carry on tomorrow, because you don't want to keep living with regrets. You want to have no regrets. You want to have mistakes that happen in your life, and you don't want to dwell on those mistakes. Because then you'll never truly live in yourself. Or within the world. And that's why this song personally stands out. It's personally your therapist on steroids, that's what it is. And plenty of it is heard because the final boss isn't exactly taken out straight away. There's still transitions where you have the song playing in the background when you change between Sonic and Shadow, who's looking to look like Super Saiyan 4. But we can embrace that, and we can embrace tomorrow. I haven't started to properly learn guitar yet. I'm 22, and I want to do it before I'm 30. There's a lot of things I want to do. But I don't want to keep thinking about, oh, I should have done this when I was 18. It's never too late. Pace yourself so you don't trip. Remember that, folks. And kids. And everyone else in between.
3!
Out of all the versions of his world, I personally think that Zebrahead has the most attitude directed towards it. The song itself is describing how there isn't always something to help you all the time, so you gotta just go out and do it yourself, and believe in yourself. Screw whatever lyrics Bullet for My Valentine songs have, these are the lyrics that matter most. Although I don't think I've been through a relationship as messed up as that. Now I'm just looking back through the Zebrahead Anthem video, I hardly remembered Lemmy being in it. Wow.
Die!
Now honestly, I've gone on so much about this song elsewhere that you probably thought it would have been number one. It's close. I have one more in mind. So it's one of those other songs that is like, nothing's gonna stop you, you'll just keep going, you'll show everybody what you're made of, as the song entails. But it's got that ultimatum feel, you know, that sort of tune that depicts like a final battle? That's the sort of feel it gives off to me and everyone else in the room where it's just me. And it makes me absolutely love it for that reason. I mean, the song is quite similar to Live and Learn in the way it's played, but as I used the word before, heroic, it just has more of that vibe to give off. Also, this is one of their hardest songs to sing, if not their hardest. You really want to know why I chose this song above all else? For me, it's just the most emotional Sonic song out there. Especially when being at the end of Sonic Unleashed, fought this dark overlord, been successful, and you just got so many more adventures to await you. I think the fast pace of the song really adds to that. It's not the heaviest song in the world. It's not even the lightest song in the world. It has that happy medium. And I think Jarrett's vocals add a hell of a lot to the song as well. He's someone who has that nice tone to bring into it, as well as that great sense of attitude. And Bowling for Soup have this more social commentary-like style to sing about trends, girls, people, situations, all that kind of stuff. And now one of them is going beyond that. So let's carry this song into the afterlife to play with us for whatever. What are you doing? Bloody ads. So that we always have endless possibilities for us. Video off. Not yet, though. So be sure to follow all my social media links for more updates and me talking about other stuff and also asking some nitty-bitty questions. All the works that you've got in your mind. So once again, thank you, and until next time, lights out. The teams create a lot of buzz.
I chose the red one.
Oh, cool. I chose Articuno.
What's that?
Filthy casual.
Alright, let's just keep it there. He's wearing a wire! I'm not an interrogator or anything. Don't worry, you're not under arrest.